Do you constantly push things off until the very last minute? Are you struggling to find motivation to tackle important tasks? Well, you are not alone. So let's see what you can do about that. The key to overcoming procrastination is focus. We will spend quite some time on this topic because it is so critical and because there are many small things we can and should do to improve our focus. Generally speaking, several factors are harming our ability to focus. First, we are unclear about what we want or need to do at any given time. Second, we give ourselves too many things to do and promptly become overwhelmed, often with things that don't even help us. And third, we surround ourselves with too many distractions. To address the first issue, we must be clear about what we want to achieve and in what order. In other words, we need goals and priorities. Start by setting clear and specific goals. Without a clear destination, getting lost along the way is very easy. There are various ways of defining goals. The SMART acronym is probably the best known and also my personal favorite. A goal is SMART if it is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. Here's an example how to turn a not-so-smart goal into a smart one. It is not smart to say, I want to get in better shape. I mean, it's not a dumb idea, it's just not a smartly defined goal. To make it smart, say, I want to reduce my body fat from 19% to 18% in the next 12 months. Phrasing a goal in the smart way makes it much clearer and lets us break it down into specific actions much more easily. To counter the second point, we must take a long, hard look at our defined goals and tasks and then prioritize them. Many people struggle with this, and I made a separate video actually comparing various prioritization methods, the link to which you can find in the description down below. Once our priorities are clear, we can eliminate the third and last obstacle, distractions. Identify and eliminate all distractions. We live in a world that is filled with distractions, and they can easily derail our productivity. Remove or minimize anything that diverts your attention from the task at hand. The good thing is that we usually have at least some control over our work environment, and in times of working from home, probably even a lot. Take advantage of this control and declutter your workplace. Remove everything you don't need and that distracts you. And this does not only apply to physical work environment, but also your digital one. We have significantly less control over people distracting us. Here I recommend a timeout for your phone and your browser. Put the phone in focus mode or, even more radical, into flight mode. Close any unnecessary browser windows or applications and declutter your digital environment just as you did with your physical one. One last comment regarding focus. I find blocking focus time in my calendar immensely helpful. Some people call it a power hour. Whatever you call it, the principle is always the same. Find a time when your brain works best. For most people that's in the morning, and block 1 hour slots in your calendar. I actually explain how I use focus time in another video. Once again, you will find the link somewhere up here, but definitely down in the description. Now, blocking time is a great idea, and ideally you do this in advance to make sure nobody sends you meeting invitations for this specific time frame. Personally, I have them blocked for the next 12 months. This may sound a bit exaggerated, but makes a lot of sense. Also, don't worry if you don't know exactly what you're going to do during the focus time on any given day. There is always something requiring our attention. Okay, so we clarified what we want to achieve, we defined tasks for getting there, we prioritize those tasks, and we reserve time for working on them. Now, we just need to find our motivation. In other words, we need to start working. Paradoxically, this is the challenge we are facing and also the solution. Just start. The question is how? Very often we are simply overwhelmed by what we have to do, even if we know exactly what it is and why we need to do it. Well, one great way to overcome our initial inertia is to use the so-called 5-minute miracle technique. And this is how it works. Think about the top priority on your list and ask yourself, what action can I take in less than 5 minutes right now that moves this forward even the tiniest bit? Then set a timer for 5 minutes and just work on it. You will be surprised how much pressure this removes from your mind. This is called the Zeigarnik effect. I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, which states that unfinished tasks are more likely to get stuck in your memory. I think everybody experienced this, because this is also why our brain seems to love nothing more than getting stuck in a loop, thinking about all the things we haven't completed, preferably when we try to sleep. Next tip, and this is really something that can be applied pretty much everywhere. Break tasks into smaller, more manageable little chunks. Sometimes the sheer size of a task can simply be overwhelming and scary, leading to, you guessed it, procrastination. Break it down into smaller, more achievable steps and tackle them one at a time. Here's a slightly harder, but also much more rewarding tip. Embrace accountability. Share your goals and progress with somebody you trust, such as a friend, your spouse, or a mentor. Their support and gentle nudges will keep you on track and hold you accountable, even if you were willing to, let it slide a bit. Last, but certainly not least, practice self-care. Taking care of your physical and mental well-being is crucial for maintaining focus and productivity. Prioritize regular exercise, sufficient sleep, mindfulness, relaxation, and healthy eating habits. Remember, overcoming procrastination is a process, and it's not going to happen overnight. But with dedication and persistence, you can develop new habits that will help you become more productive and achieve your goals, while at the same time simply feeling better. As much as we think we like procrastination, if we're being completely honest, we feel bad about it. So, what are you waiting for? It's time to stop procrastinating and start progressing toward the life you envision. Don't start tomorrow, start now. Alright, I hope this helps you to motivate yourself and beat procrastination. If you found this video even remotely helpful, perhaps drop a like, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell to make sure you won't miss the next videos. All this should allow you to save quite some time, be more productive and feel better. However, there are always more things we can do to increase our productivity, which you should really check out in this growing list of productivity tools and methods. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.